We've all been told facts that seem true, but what if they were just myths all along? Let's dive into the top 10 facts that have been completely debunked. Things you thought were true but turned out to be lies. 1. We only use 10% of our brain. The myth: imagine if you could unlock the full power of your brain and become a genius overnight. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But the idea that we only use 10% of our brains is one of the most persistent myths in history. The truth: spoiler alert, we use almost all of our brain, even when we're resting. Every part of your brain has a purpose, from controlling basic bodily functions to helping you learn new things. So, no hidden superpowers here, folks. 2. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from space. The myth: the Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from space, right? The truth: nope. The Great Wall is too thin to be seen from space with the naked eye. Cities, roads, and airports are actually much more visible from orbit. So, that legend about the wall was more about exaggeration than facts. 3. Sugar makes kids hyperactive. The lie: parents often say that sugar makes kids hyperactive, especially after a sweet treat. The truth: research has shown no scientific link between sugar and hyperactivity. The perceived energy surge is more likely a result of the excitement of a treat or the expectation that sugar will cause hyperactivity. 4. Touching a toad will give you warts. The lie: as kids, many were warned that touching toads would give us warts. The truth: warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, HPV, not by touching toads. The bumps on a toad's skin may look like warts, but they're completely harmless. So, no need to avoid toads. They're not contagious. 5. Bats are blind. The lie: bats are often described as being blind because they navigate in the dark. The truth: bats can see just fine. Many bat species have good vision, and some can even see in ultraviolet light. They rely on echolocation for hunting and navigation, but they are far from blind. 6. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. The lie: a common myth is that goldfish have a memory span of only 3 seconds. The truth: goldfish actually have good long-term memory. Studies have shown they can remember things for weeks or even months. They can be trained to respond to sounds, colors, and routines, so their memory is much better than we've given them credit for. 7. Einstein failed math. The lie: the story goes that Albert Einstein struggled with math and failed his exams, inspiring students that failure doesn't determine success. The truth: Einstein was actually a math prodigy. He was solving complex equations by age 15. The myth likely originated from a misunderstanding of his school records or a misquote. The idea was further spread as a way to make his genius more relatable. 8. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis, the myth. How many times were you told, "Stop cracking your knuckles, you'll get arthritis"? It sounds like a serious warning. The truth: good news, it's just a pop from the gas bubbles in your joints. While it may annoy those around you, it doesn't cause arthritis. The myth was likely fueled by the sound of cracking, which makes people think something bad is happening. But rest easy, your knuckles are fine. Evolved from apes. The myth: we've all heard it. Humans evolved directly from monkeys or apes. Sounds simple enough, right? The truth: actually, humans and apes evolved from a common ancestor millions of years ago. We didn't come from them. We just share distant relatives. So, while we share about 98% of our DNA with chimpanzees, we're not their descendants. The tongue has specific zones for each taste the lie. We've all seen the tongue map, a diagram that shows different areas of the tongue for each taste: sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. The truth: the tongue map is completely inaccurate. All regions of the tongue can detect all basic tastes. While some areas may be more sensitive to certain flavors, there's no division for each taste. The map was based on misinterpreted research from the 1900s. From childhood myths to scientific misunderstandings, these facts have been passed down for years. Now, we can see that many of these commonly accepted truths are nothing more than lies. Always question what you hear. The truth is often far more surprising.